All right, I got a question for all of you here. Are you fired up with enthusiasm? Because as in the words of the great Vince Lombardi, if we are not fired up with enthusiasm, the lives that are out there waiting for us to touch will fire us with enthusiasm. So let's get fired up here. I'm going to make a statement to you guys. If the people out there knew the power that we had in that bottle, they would knock our doors down to get it. They really would. First time I met Mr. Cantrells in San Antonio, Texas at a training, he made a statement to me I'll never forget. He says, "We will never, ever have to apologize for this product." Let me give you a brief little rundown about my story here. I've been a chiropractor 13 years. Love what I do, the best profession in the world. It's been a great journey. It's been a great ride. I have taken a lot of postgraduate courses in supplements and vitamins. So I'm not your average Joe when it comes to supplements and vitamins. And I take great pride in what I do in serving people. This is just going to be a phenomenal journey. And I want to give all the credit in the world to Mr. Bill Martin, the man that had the great heart, a man that had the great passion to share this with me. And thank the Lord that he sent Bill. Because I can promise you right now, if it would have been anybody else, if it wouldn't have been Michael Jordan, he probably wouldn't have got me. Now I'm going to tell you a little story here that Bill came in my office and he said, we played softball together and he's a patient of mine. I was treating him for an automobile accident he had. But we know now, Bill, that was no accident. That was meant to be. There was a higher power at work. He came into my office. He's telling me a little about this great new product they have, And, my first response, I said, Bill, I've been practicing 13 years. I've seen every rep, every distributor known to man come through my office and want me to carry their product and recommend it. I said, Bill, you're not dealing with your average Joe. Here's the funny thing. Bill didn't know who he was dealing with, and I didn't know who I was dealing with either, okay? So it's kind of a poker game, okay? I said, Bill, I'm going to slice and dice your product in 10 seconds. He goes, what do you mean? I said, I'm going to look for two things. I'm going to look for synthetics and preservatives. If it has either one of those, you're terminated. You're out the door. I said, I've been terminating for 13 years, and I'm getting tired of it. I really am. I want to personally thank the doctors that had a hand in this. I don't say it lightly when I say that I've been waiting 13 years for a product like this that I can recommend with my whole heart to my patients, knowing they are getting the best functional beverage to ever hit the market. Hands down. Hands down. Bill then told me, he says, well, Dr. Galli, I'd love to show it to you, but I don't have any product. We don't have product yet. I said, wait a minute here. I said, now this guy's got to be special because no one's ever come to my office and said we don't have product yet. So when Bill brought that bottle in, I got to flip that bottle around. I started reading down the ingredients. I was going line by line. And I said, Bill, you don't know what you have here, do you? He really didn't. Bill's one of the best network marketers I've ever known. I'm a product guy. He didn't know I've been waiting 13 years for something like this, to turn over the lives of people, something that you could really touch people's lives with. After he brought the product to me, I did my due diligence. I've been in practice in Bernie, little town of Bernie, Team Bernie. Okay? Small town. Word gets around fast in a small town, so you're only as good as your word. And before I recommend any product to any one of my patients, I'm going to do my due diligence and my research to make sure it is the best on the market, hands down. When I went in my little cubby hole and I started researching this product, and I started going through all the great stuff the good doctor up there showed us, I came out, I don't know how many hours later. I don't know if I look like it or not, but I felt like Moses coming off of Mount Sinai with the 2 tablets of stone. His face shone brilliantly and his hair blown back. Okay? Because like Mr. Thayer here knows, first time I saw this guy, he had a big smile on his face, and I knew why. A few of us knew why. want to know why? We knew we had something special, didn't we? We sure did. You guys, I can't even explain to you what this is going to do. I don't know what it's going to do, but I've seen the hand of someone. It's not about us. There's a much bigger hand that's on this. Okay? I've studied a lot of studies, but I'll tell you what, I've never gotten more knowledge and wisdom than the good book. In the good book, the Lord said, I have given you every herb-bearing seed to heal thyself. He did not say, I've given you chemicals to make synthetics. Doesn't work. He didn't say, I've given you oil to make drugs. Okay? That's not what was said. He's given us every herb-bearing seed to heal ourselves. And we've got it all right here in this product. I mean, we do. I tell my patients, the most phenomenal thing I used to sell a lot of these ingredients individually by themselves. You would spend $400 to $500 a month buying all these ingredients individually by themselves. You know, I've sold resveratrol. Very good high quality resveratrol is $80 by itself, just for that one thing. So this is a phenomenal product. I have never seen anything like it. We will never know how far-reaching the things we do or say tomorrow will affect the lives of millions later. We really don't. People are waiting for us to bring this to them. Our country right now is in the worst economic recession since the Great Depression. Have people in our history of this nation recognized that when you have a problem, there's a huge opportunity behind it? You better believe it. Health is a problem, a big problem. In the words of the immortal Dr. Phil, how's our current recipe working for us? How's that working for you? If our current recipe for health is so good, why does disease go up every year? Why does cancer increase every year? Diabetes every year? How's that working for you? It's not. It's time that we introduce some real change to people's lives. Real change.